Hi, my name is Ali Hasnan and here's my student ID. And today we are going to navigate legal horizons in Iman's case under Sales of Goods Act 1979. First, we see what is Sales of Goods Act 1979. This act establishes the rule of transfer of property and passing the title of good, ensuring that buyer acquires good title to the goods. The Act established the right of seller to sell the goods and buyer to obtain the goods without any encumbrance. The seller cannot exclude or restrict liability for the implied terms regarding satisfactory quality and fitness for the purpose unless it is reasonable to do so as per in Section 6, subsection 3. Goods must match any description given to them by the seller with whether the description is written, verbal or implied, as in R&B Custom Brokers Co. Limited versus United Dominion Trust Limited. This case emphasized that goods must correspond with their description under Section 13 of Sales of Goods Act 1979. Furthermore, goods sold must be suitable for the purpose for which they are commonly used, as well as any specific purpose made known to the seller by the buyer. Beale versus Taylor. This case established the principle that goods must be fit for the purpose for which they are sold. Remedies for breach of contract mean if the goods are faulty or not described, the buyer has various remedies available, such as rejecting the goods, seeking a repair or replacement, or claiming a refund. Now we have to see Iman's case under Sales of Goods Act 1979. Iman's, a boutique owner, encountered issues with goods purchased from tailors for an upcoming fashion show. Despite her request for specific cuts of fabric, she received incorrect cut silk. Additionally, the sewing machine she bought malfunctioned and the recommended needle proved inadequate. Taylor's dismissive response to her complaints left Iman frustrated, resulting in wasted material and a faulty machine. We see good requested and cutting instructions. Iman went to a Atiq store to purchase 20 meters of white silk, 10 meters of green silk, and 4 meters of black silk. Atiq cut the white silk into 4 pieces and green silk into 2 equal pieces as asked by Iman. Iman chose a sewing machine for 300 as Atiq provided assurance of machine impeccable functionality. Atiq recommended sharp brand needles despite knowing the fact that they are not good quality needles. When Iman received the thing, she came to know that the silk was not cut properly, as the white silk was cut into 2 equal pieces and the green silk was cut into 4 equal pieces. When now we see the sewing machine malfunctioning, when Iman began using the sewing machine, unexpected problems arose, causing a disruption in her creative work. There was a spark from the sewing machine and a smell of burning in the room. The sewing machine stopped working, which was very discouraging and stopped her from continuing her designs. Iman soon files an official complaint with Atiq expressing discontent with the purchased item. Atiq presents the sewing machine X display status as a contextual aspect, justifying its lower pricing, and he also recognized the incorrectly cut clause and attribute it as a possible oversight or mistake. Now, the Sales of Goods Act 1979 defines the rights and duties inherent in the sales of commodities, providing a statutory foundation for fair and equitable trade. In Iman's case, the legislation serves as a legal lodestar, offering a systematic framework for evaluating tariffs and Iman's contractual duties. The Act acts as a benchmark for determining product conformance, establishing essential in case of inadequate quality or diverse contractual requirements. Section 14 says that the goods must be of satisfactory quality. Section 14 of the Sale of Items Act 1979 acts as a legal baseline requiring the items sold to be of adequate quality. Section 14, subsection 2 state that where the seller sell good in the course of a business, there is an implied condition that the good supplied under the contract are of merchandise quality, except that there is no such condition. Now we see Section 14 subsection 2 and Iman's case. Section 14 subsection 2 imposes a duty upon traders to ensure the supplied goods meet the reasonable expectation of discerning customer. The relevance stems from its direct application to Iman's case, where the defecting sewing machine and wrongly cut silk raise concerns about compliance with the Act. Satisfactory quality: a key clause strengthens Iman's position by requiring items that are fit for purpose, free of flaws and reasonable expectations. We see Section 14, subsection 3 and Iman's case. Section 14 is relevant in Iman's case as she indicated her desire for goods for a local fashion show. The implicit requirement requires traders to provide items such as silk and sewing machine that are adequately suited for the purpose of designing for the fashion show. Exception arise if the circumstances show that Iman does not rely on traders' ability or judgment. However, considering traders' reputation as a respected apparel warehouse, trust in their knowledge may be assumed, as in Bridge 2007. We can also elaborate Section 13, subsection 1, which says that the goods sold must correspond with the description. Iman in this scenario provided could refer to Islington Pickett's Limited versus Christopher Hill Limited to support her argument that the goods she purchased from traders were not of satisfactory qualities and unfit for their intended purposes. In Iman's case, Section 15, subsection 1b of the SGA 1979 would be relevant in assessing whether the goods she purchased from traders such as silk, fabric and sewing machine meet the implied terms of the satisfactory qualities. If the goods fail to meet these standards, Iman may have grounds for seeking remedies under this Act. Okay, if we see exclusion of liability and legal recourse, Atiq emphasizes the sewing machinery discounted status by mentioning that it was formerly on exhibit. And this raises the issue, what can one expect from X model display? Regardless of the X display status, the Sales of Goods Act 1979 restrict the seller ability to exclude or limit responsibility for key conditions. Regardless of the X display status, the Sale of Goods Act 1979 restrict the seller ability to exclude or limit responsibility for key conditions. As discussed before, Iman could seek some remedies, such as right to reject. Iman could refer to Rowland versus Duval case to support her argument for rejecting the defective goods, such as sewing machine, and claiming a refund from traders under the Act. Otherwise, damages: if the buyer decide to keep the good despite their non-conformity, they can claim damages for any losses suffered as a result of the breach. She can also have the replacement. Iman can argue that both the sewing machine and the sewing needle failed to meet the standard of satisfactory qualities as required by Section 14, subsection 2 of the Sales of Goods Act 1979. This gives her additional ground for seeking remedies such as refund, repair, or replacement. Iman also have other options such as negotiation. First of all, she should try to negotiate, and they may be engaged into negotiation to find a mutually acceptable resolution. This could involve compensation, replacement of good, or refund. If negotiation fail, Iman can go to other option, or maybe he can pursue legal actions against him. To conclude, according to Sales of Goods Act 1979, Iman is entitled to receive reasonable compensation from traders, the warehouse, because of losses sustained due to malfunctioning of sewing machine and needles, and also maybe she get the replacement of the silk which was cut incorrectly. Atiq, the manager of traders, provided the wrong description of goods. If the court finds in favor of Iman, she may be entitled to a refund for faulty goods or a replacement that meets the required standards. Iman may seek compensation for damages incurred such as financial losses, the investment, or the impact on her business. Thank you.